If there are infinite potentialities and every version of yourself that can exist does exist, then we should basically be able to align to that version of ourselves in order to make anything we want happen, right? Hello, my loves, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, I'm Leeor Alexandra. Welcome to the B community. On this channel, we talk about spirituality, self-development, the law of attraction, and so much more. Today, I've been thinking a lot about my fear and my resistance around writing and how I was able to finally, after a year, overcome it and step into this identity in which I'm making my desires, not only my current desires, but the wishes and desires of my child self, of my 7-year-old self, come true. How I'm actually making this happen. And this needed a lot of mindset shifts, and I'm manifesting every step of the way to make this happen. The thing about people who are in these worlds that we're in is that when there's something that we really want to do in our lives and really want to create in our lives, we do have the upper hand, because not only are we working on the physical plane to make things happen, but we're working with our mindset, which is that personal development, but also energetically as well. So we have all these reinforcements and we're guaranteed success. We're guaranteed to get to where we want to get to if we have no plan B and we just keep pushing on and keep doing the work physically, energetically, emotionally, mentally. So that's what I'm going to talk about today, how I'm aligning to this new identity that I want to take on and that I want to be super successful in. I realized that what really got me to start writing every day was simply to shift my perspective on myself and my identity. And I say that but this was actually a process. So I wanted to share that process with you today because it is applicable to anything that you're calling in, any sort of reality that you're aligning to. You must take on that identity and do the thing already, feel the emotions already, and see it already. It's so wild that it's literally thunderstorming right now, raining, thunder, lightning, but it's like 100 degrees. It's such a cognitive dissonance for me over here who's not used to this kind of weather. So I've been prioritizing writing every day, and you guys may have noticed, maybe I've been trying to keep up with my videos, but you may have noticed that the videos have been a little bit slower, and maybe I'm only putting out the energy readings so much, but I wanted to prioritize writing because that's what writers do. My role requires that. They write. And I wasn't stepping into that role because I was so scared and I was making all these excuses up. Like I have all these other things happening. I have to create videos, I have to do this, I have to do that. But I put all that aside. I decided to start doing it because I was afraid. So I got a stack of books to help me through the writing process. I went all in, okay? So books on how to write deeply, daily writing motivation, and I started attending writing workshops, in fact, can I tell you about one of them real quick? Today's sponsor is Skillshare. If you're not familiar, Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of online classes and members who come together to find inspiration and take the next step in their creative journey. It's a place to get inspired, to learn new skills, and to put them to work in really impactful ways. I've used Skillshare for years now. I've taken classes on anything from audio engineering to houseplant care to investing. Whenever I want to learn a new skill, I'll go on to Skillshare, and it's helped my creativity and my career along the way tremendously. So like I'm saying, I'm currently finishing up my very first book, and I did want to improve and enhance my writing as much as possible. So I've been taking all these classes and workshops on Skillshare. One of the ones that really helped me is Creative Personal Writing, Write the Real You by writer, editor, and speaker Ashley Ford. And just, when we're trying this new identity on, we have to immerse ourselves in the culture. So having a community there of other people who are writing and who are creating something was really, really helpful for me. So if you want to uplevel your skills or explore your interests or even to improve your business or create a new side hustle, Skillshare adds new premium classes every single week for you to explore all those interests. So if you want to take the class that I'm talking about, I'll list it down below. In the class, I'm learning to write about my memories better. And that's really enriching my writing. I get to write about my personal experience in a way that's going to enhance other people's human experience. So I highly recommend it. And if you want to check out Skillshare, because they're sponsoring today's video, they're giving the first 1,000 people to use my code or link in the description below a full month free trial of Skillshare so you can explore your creativity and unlock your potential. And check out Ashley's creative writing class. Thank you to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. So now let me get into a more organized way of teaching you the steps of how I'm shifting my identity to step into the role, this new role in my life of author, of writer, right? And hopefully you can apply it to what you're manifesting. And I want to hear in the comments if this is helpful and in what ways you're going to start stepping into this thing that you're trying to call in. So the first thing I did is I stepped into the role. So what that means is that when people ask me what I do, rather than leaving off writer because I haven't necessarily published a book yet, I started adding writer to it, right? So someone will ask me what I do when they interview me for a podcast, and I'll list it, and I'll also say, and I'm a writer too. I remember back in March 2017 when I was going full-time on YouTube, I didn't want to tell people that I was a YouTuber because I was a little bit embarrassed because I had not yet garnered success on the platform. And so I noticed that it was affecting me on an energetic level because I wasn't opening up the floodgates of success, because I wasn't taking that role. I wasn't becoming, I wasn't stepping into it. And so I started to, and when people ask me what I do now or what I'm working on, I would tell them I'm a YouTuber. I do YouTube, I make videos. That same month, I had a video go viral and I got like 50,000 subscribers, something crazy like that month. And I really do attribute it to me taking my desire more seriously and stepping into the role more intentionally. I also added this I am a writer to my affirmations, which is my second piece of advice, is to create affirmations for yourself. Whenever fear and doubt crept up, I would think the opposite immediately. So if I would think something like, maybe my writing is just so crappy, I would just immediately start to affirm myself. My writing is beloved by many people. I write things that change people's lives. I love my writing. I love my work. And that didn't always help to battle the imposter syndrome, but it really did help me to keep moving on and to not wallow in self-pity. It was also really helpful to have my editor sending me daily affirmations. So to have that support system of somebody who's affirming with you. So if you have somebody like that who is willing to help you in your manifestations, sometimes my friends and I will just text each other, you're so healthy, you're so happy, your relationship is so beautiful, when we're trying to manifest something for one another, right? So we're just affirming to each other. The third thing is I immersed myself in the culture, like I was saying. So I started to take workshops and I started to talk to other writers. There's a writers community on Twitter. I'm still reaching out to them, trying to connect with them, but just to talk to people who are writing. My sister-in-law is a writer, and so is my mom by trade. And so I like to talk to them about my work and about writing. I talk to my grandpa about it. Just kind of stepping into this culture and immersing yourself inside of that. So I started to take workshops like on Skillshare. I took a workshop here in Sedona. It was so nice to be in a room with other writers. They were amazing. And, just to kind of listen to the pros and listen to other people and see what other people, how they do their work. And that's important no matter what kind of life you're manifesting. To know somebody who's doing it or to at least observe them in some way is a really powerful manifestation method. The fourth thing that I'm doing is I'm looking at all the ways, before I was doing this writing every day, I looked at all the ways in which I'm already a writer. I write YouTube scripts every single day. I write on Twitter. I write emails. I'm already a writer. I'm always expressing myself. So I am a writer. I just had to move my writing away from the places that weren't creating this book and to the document that was creating this book, right? So in what area of your life are you already doing what it is that you desire to be doing? If you're manifesting love, a really good way to apply this concept is, in what area of your life do you already have love? Right? Number 5 is I keep showing up as this identity. So I took on a 30-day challenge in which I must write something every single day for 30 days. And there were days where I did not want to do it. And there were days where it was almost midnight and I hadn't shown up at my computer, and I just continuously cheered myself on and just said, it doesn't have to be anything, but you just have to get another day in which you were a writer, another day in which you did what you want to be doing. Just do the thing already. Even if you're not being paid for it, even if you're not getting success for it, even if you're not getting any feedback from the other person or whatever it might be, just continue to do it. Continue to show up as love. Continue to show up as maternal for people. If you're manifesting, a child, a healthy pregnancy, continue to show up as the thing that you want to be and to have. The sixth thing that I did is I started to become more vulnerable around it. I noticed that I kind of built this wall around it. I didn't want to talk to anybody about it because I was so ashamed of the fact that I had not finished writing the book, that I'm still in the process of whatever kind of shame came up. It made me create blockages around my heart and not let people in. So I decided, actually, I'm going to talk about this to whoever I can who will listen. As long as I know that this person wants good for me, that they won't look down on me and that they won't bring me down, right? So you have to be discerning about who you're talking to. But put yourself out there. Put your writing out there. I started to share my writing with thousands of people here on YouTube community and on Twitter and on my Instagram. And that was scary at first, but even if I was going to get, I only got positive feedback, but even if I was going to get negative feedback, I'm still putting myself out there and being vulnerable and saying look world, this is who I am, this is what I want to do. And that's bravery, and the universe rewards bravery. So be brave with what you're doing. And the seventh thing is, I do this all the time. It's not kind of like a routine kind of thing, but it's something that whenever I remember, whenever I have some time to relax, is I visualize. I visualize myself as a writer. I visualize myself holding the book, hosting a party for my book launch, or hosting a reading where I sign books and I meet some of you guys. And I visualize myself writing all over the world, writing my second, third, fourth books, right? And it's just really impregnating the fabric of reality with my desires through visualization. And this feels very good. So creating that image in your mind, eyes closed, maybe waking up 30 minutes earlier to just sit down and visualize and feel those emotions and feel as if what you want to happen already has happened. That's been very beneficial for me. It feels good. I hope this helps, and I'm curious what you're working on and how you're going to apply it, how you're going to apply these steps and these bits of advice to your own manifestation, to your own desire, what you're calling in and creating in your world. I want to know how you're applying this, so let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already, and please turn your post notifications on. I am noticing a rise in my in people getting alerts, so that's nice. It means that it's working. So you're able to see my video right as I post it, and I like to interact for the first 20 to 30 minutes after posting a video. So if you want to talk, you want to say hi, put your post notifications on, because I'll be here, and I hope you'll be here too. I love you. I'm grateful for you, and as always, until next time, keep your vibrations way, way, way up. Love you. Bye.